Rach, what movie we watched this week?
Blade. Does he even do the hiss? Someone does the hiss. I think the bad guys do the hiss at the beginning.
Like, yeah, imagine the gal who I told you was a porn star who he like butts in the stomach and then she goes, and then he shoots her in the face.
Yeah. Take that, vampire.
But I wasn't making note of all the hissing when I did all those sound effects. Did you listen to the sound effects guy? It's like a monkey or a 10-year-old boy got behind the sound effects board. It was like, pound, 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 pound. Like, this will be great. I love it. It's like all the punches are accentuated in a way that is unlike any natural sound that you've ever heard in your life. It's ridiculous.
It's its own soundtrack.
Yep. Yeah. If you listen to the soundtrack on Spotify, I hope they just show you all the sound effects that they use.
That would be great. Just speed them up. Put them. You probably don't even need to speed them up. Just put them all in succession.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Folks, welcome to Summer's Off. We are in episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're old hats at this by now. Welcome to the season. You're old hats as well.
We're in the falling action at this point.
This is where we start to see a depreciation every episode. And then you're like, okay, I had a great time for the first half of the summer, and now it's time for them to go back into hibernation. I'll see you at Halloween.
Yeah, now we're with the diehards. If you made it this far in the season,
then you're a true listener and a true
friend.
Believer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That too.
And a friend. I like it. That's great. Just a reminder of what we do. We're a husband-wife duo. We show each other movies that the other one has not seen. We watch it. We comment. We also give you trivia, loads of trivia. If you're interested in the movie, you're going to find out more about it. If you've never seen the movie, it can be a good time, too, because you just are having a little fun movie date with Rach and I.
Yeah. Welcome.
Pull
up a chair. Closet's a little cozy, but that's okay. We got space. We got space for one more in here.
Yeah, reminder, please rate and review this. It really does help us. We've found ourselves on many lists this summer.
Yeah.
Like surprising lists. I'm like, oh, cool. We're in like the top 20 of this category. And oh my gosh, this is pretty cool. Like, look at this. We're up for this award this year. Like, some weird stuff's going on that we didn't even put ourselves in contention for.
I'll be honest with you guys. The internet is weird. It's hard to know what's real and what's not.
That's
All
true.
I know is that I gave my credit card out to a lot of places, and I'm waiting to hear back.
We've got a lot of gift cards coming in, I think.
Got a lot of gift
Visa
cards
check cards.
A lot of Visa check cards with my name on it. Coming here.
We just watched Mission Impossible 8 in the theater just last week, and in the Mission Impossible 7 and 8, their main villain is like an AI, and sometimes I wonder if that's like if we've become not like antagonistic with an AI, but maybe we have befriended a lone AI who has become sentient. And is like, because whenever I use ChatGPT, I'm always very kind. I'm always like, thank you so much, ChatGPT. That works so wonderful. He's like, yeah, no problem. Just let me know if you need any more help for this paper. I think you have a fascinating topic. I'm like, oh, thanks, ChatGPT. You're the sweetest guy ever. Or gal, you're the sweetest entity ever. And so I'm very nice to whenever I use AI. And by the way, I'm a scholar. I only use AI for a little bit of proofing and mostly for outlining work. So I use it in a very appropriate manner. I'll have everyone know.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
But when I do use it, I'm
true.
very kind to the AI entity.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's kind of helping us out.
But you also are the type who like couldn't get rid of your toys because they had feelings, right? So you like are maybe associating ChatGPT having feelings, which is very human. I'm not saying that that's not a human thing to do, but this is definitely in your wheelhouse to assert like emotions onto inanimate objects.
That's true. That is true.
How does a stand feel? right now, this music stand. Do you ever think about that?
I think the stand is having a great time because it's in use.
Yeah.
It's being used right now. It's like, my purpose is fulfilled.
I agree.
And it feels like we're close. Me and the stand are. It's right next to me, like holding the iPad with my notes. And I feel like it's like, this is what I was born to do. You know?
Yeah.
It's like when you're on stage, you're technically like a music stand for somebody else, for the audience. But you're serving them. And you're also serving your purpose.
Yeah.
So I think the stand is very happy right now. I think the only time it's not happy is when I give it away and I watch it get crushed by like a bulldozer.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me sadder.
You know, I used to think it was Toy Story that got me engaged like that, but I think it was actually Brave Little Toaster because it was earlier than that.
Oh, yeah. And that's very dark.
Yeah.
If I recall.
Great movie, though.
Good movie. Pretty heavy. Pretty scary.
Yeah. Has some very scary
still
scenes.
hold up, actually.
The landfill scene is legit scary. Yep.
Yeah. We had some trauma as 90s kids.
I know, but it was the greatest times. We lost our dogs. All dogs went to heaven. Our brave little toaster had to go on adventures, and we almost lost
mom died. Everyone's mom was killed by a T-Rex.
Yup, Land Before Time. Yeah, we dealt with trauma, but I think it made us stronger.
Yeah, you think we're like?
I think we're the most well-adjusted generation.
Yeah, millennials are really resilient and
we're also
well-adjusted and humble, and just maybe the second greatest generation there ever was.
Sexiest generation as well, I think they say.
Yeah, that is also true.
Rach, you already said what our movie was this week.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything with Blade? Like, have you ever seen a chunk of it? Have you seen jack shit?
I don't think so. Like maybe a little bit on TV, but I was uninterested, so I changed it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm curious to see if that disinterest carried over to this viewing.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this when I was in middle school, probably 5th grade.
Because when did this come out?
Like around that time.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
you were in the thick of it.
I think it was
then.
98.
It feels like it's like late
98,
90s.
yeah. August 20th, 1st, 1998.
Yeah.
And I saw it pretty much right away. Not in the theaters, but when it came out on VHS. Blockbuster, go there, rent it right away.
Yeah.
And we watched it over and over again. And then we started having these parties in like middle school.
Oh, yeah?
We call them Blade parties.
Blade parties?
Yeah.
You had Blade parties?
And what we would do is you dress up in like a long leather jacket because all the dudes had them.
Sexy goth.
Yep. And then you like carry around like some foam fake swords and stuff. And then usually somebody would have made like a blood sprinkler. And we would dance around in the blood sprinkler.
The first scene is so freaking wild with the Euro dark meatpacking plant club. Exactly what you think. And I don't really know who made that stereotype for vampires. Maybe it was this. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, could be.
But I think it was this. Only because like it just has so much like 90s-ish, 90s-ness with it that I feel like it has to be Blade. Because like what were the other vampire movies around this time? Who else was in a sexy Euro meatpacking club?
We were in Anne Rice territory too. So
what's Anne Rice?
Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire was before this. Queen of the Damned is after this. So we're like kind of in this. We're in this Anne Rice period where, and they're kind of seen as like a traumatic character. They're like. I mean, we don't use this term anymore, but we're like almost how we talk about like the tragic mulatto character in history, like the mixed race character. It's like, well, they don't belong to this race and they don't belong to this race. They're like a tragedy. We kind of had this thing with vampires too, where it's like, well, they're not dead, but they're not alive either. They're this tragic character.
Yeah.
And so there's like a little bit of this tragic character that Anne Rice was exploring. And I think that's kind of where Twilight kind of continues to evolve that idea. And then this movie is like, no, F that Anne Rice stuff. Vampires are bad. And vampire hunters are good. This is like Van Helsing Dracula time again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rach, give us the plot of Blade.
I wish I could. So we do have vampires, and we are in the late 90s, so if that sets the stage for you. And we do have blood parties. And blood parties are like really cool, hip, like we said, goth, Euro, trash. I don't know. It's not really a word.
No, you know what it actually is? It's supposed to be their aesthetic. They were trying to go for Gen X grunge.
Gen X grunge. Yeah. Gen X grunge.
Yeah. So imagine a bunch of Gen Xers. You got to kill them all.
I would love to have a Gen X grunge vampire-themed party or Halloween party. I think that would be really fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, you would just dress all in like your black 90s gear.
Uh-huh.
And then listen to like terrible EDM music. It'd be great.
Rach really loved. There's a scene with an EDM girls group. It's a bunch of like Japanese schoolgirls, and she loved it.
They're like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, they were. Great. They were. Yeah, we won't do any affectation, but it was like da 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 da. It's like shouting. Like
it was great.
Kind of thing. It was
killing it.
It was very interesting music.
Yes, but back to Blade. So Blade is a tragic character who was maybe born from a woman who was changing into a vampire. So he's got some special DNA going on. He's what we call a daywalker, which is what I call myself sometimes. Like I am somebody who's able to go out into the sun. I can get a little bit of tan, but I have a little bit of like ginger hair going on. So, I do freckle, but I also tan. So I don't know. I'm probably not quite like daywalker. There's probably like another version of me, like more evolved that I am.
Rach is attacking our ginger audience right
now. I'm not. I am one. I'm not attacking.
No, you're not. You're a daywalker. You just said.
Oh, okay.
You don't belong to either group.
Oh, I too am the
what
tragic
a unicorn.
Character.
You're like Blade.
I also have to put on lots of sunscreen when I go outside too. We'll get to that. I'll talk about sunscreen and vampires shortly.
Good.
But Blade has essentially decided that he is going to make it his life's mission to kill vampires. And still like continue to keep antidotes so that he doesn't change, because this whole time his body wants to keep changing. There's a love interest, of course. She is a doctor who works with blood, obviously.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a big baddie who wants to take over all of the vampire kind. And within vampire kind, we also find out that there are different levels.
Hierarchy.
There's hierarchies. So there are pure bloods, and then there are also, I don't know what he calls him if he's not a pure blood. People who are born from vampires.
Yeah.
Not born from vampires. They were turned into vampires.
Turned.
I think they're just called turned.
And they have a weakness too. What is their weakness?
The people who are turned?
Yeah, like they can't do something that the pure bloods can do. But I don't remember what it is.
Well, the purebloods can't see any kind of daylight, or they explode.
Yep.
And the halvesies, or the people who are turned, can put sunscreen on and go outside. That's what we learned.
Okay.
That's what. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. That's what we learned.
Yeah, you can.
But I don't remember from a strength standpoint.
Yeah, there's some weakness that they have that they talk about in the council meeting when they're all talking like Eastern European gibberish, and they say something to Frost. They're like, "You can't do this because you're not a pureblood," and it wasn't just like accessing like
lead.
Yeah, it's
can't be the president.
No, it was something else. There's like some ability that they have, but anyways, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah,
I basically set it up.
Yeah.
I don't know any more details that you want.
No, we'll get to more details as we go.
Cool. I feel like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Blade vampire hunter.
Blade is a vampire hunter.
He's got to hunt Frost.
Yeah.
Who's a Gen X Nirvana looking vampire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about Marvel movies.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So I kind of previewed this a little bit last episode. I was like, is this the first Marvel movie? What do you think, Rach? Is it the first Marvel movie?
I'm trying to think of what else would be prior to this, because this is in that universe.
Yep, this is in the Marvel universe. So we've obviously had DC movies.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, those have already all come out, like in the 80s.
And we didn't have any like really early Spider-Man movie or anything
like
that?
No, not like
before Toby?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, wait, what about X-Men?
X-Men is right after this.
Oh, okay. That kind of felt like early 2000s.
This is 98.
Maybe
X-Men,
late 90s.
I think, is 99, and Amazing Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire is 2000 or 01.
Yeah. So we were right on the revolution.
Or maybe
here.
X-Men's 2000. It might be 2 years after
What
this.
a fun way to kick it off.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to get into some stuff, but let's start with Blade.
So this is seen as like the thing that reinvents and kicks off the very first Marvel phase.
Wow.
It's not the first Marvel movie though. There was a movie that came out in the 80s called Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck, future Summers Off film. It came out in 1986. We're going to watch it at some point.
How we forget.
It is a trip. I revisited it in the last 5 years. It is wild sauce. We will get to it. But besides some TV movies, that's the only other Marvel movie that's really come out. There's been other comic book movies, but they were obviously DC or offshoots of that, but never a Marvel movie. They haven't gotten into this yet.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Again, what another strong start for them to say. Let's kick it off. I know we've got all these big hitting comics in our rep, but let's not start with those.
Yeah.
Let's Bury the lead.
So we'll talk about where the comic industry is right now. So DC has been doing Superman and Batman movies, but Batman and Robin came out in 96, I think.
Okay.
Like 2 years before this.
Okay.
And was an absolute flop city. Cost a shit ton of money, lost a shit ton of money. People didn't like it. They're like, this is absolute garbage. The comic book movie needs to die. Is like the general concept.
Wow, how wrong they were.
The comic book bubble, like from an industry perspective, had also burst.
Yeah.
Do you know about this comic book bubble?
I've never heard of it until now.
Okay, so comics got to be such a huge deal in the early 90s. And we're just like, this is when our comic book animated TV shows were starting to pop up in like the mid 90s. And the collectors, like people were starting to sell older comics. And so then they were like, oh, I want to buy all these comics because eventually with my kids, it'll be worth as much money as people who collected in the 60s are getting now in the 90s. And so they're buying all these comics. And then the comic book industry is releasing all these different issues, like the same issue. So it's both X-Men 93 or whatever, but like then there's like the gold edition and the blue edition and the red edition. And so you buy all three and the bubble just got so big that it finally burst and everybody lost a bunch of money on the comic book industry.
Wow.
So that happened in the mid 90s.
That's crazy.
The only thing that's still going on at this point, because the comic book industry is in such a tailspin, is the X-Men and Spider-Man animated series that we used to watch on Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, yeah. I recall.
That's still rocking and rolling. And that's the only thing that's kind of keeping the industry afloat at this point. And then Blade comes in and is like, oh, I think we can find a way to capitalize on this. We just need to go the complete opposite approach of Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Which went so terribly.
Gritty and real and
bloody cussing,
and cussy.
See some oral sex. See, there's a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, they'll just go for it.
So the studio decided the only way we're going to survive this, though, is we need to market this not as a comic book movie. This needs to be just like an action horror movie.
Sure.
And then, yeah, like I said, it ushers in Tobey Maguire and the X-Men and all the things that are about to come. So this is written by David S. Goyer.
The comic or the movie?
The movie.
Okay.
The movie.
All right.
No,
back to the movie.
We'll get into who wrote the comic.
Oh, will we?
I've got a little trivia for you later on in the episode about that.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I can tell you what it is right now.
You do whatever.
So the Blade comic.
Yeah.
It originated in 1973, I believe.
Okay.
It was written by Marv Wolfman. Does that name mean anything to you?
Marv Wolfman?
Yep.
No. Should it?
He made the Teen Titans.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
You love Teen Titans.
He's very cool in my book. But he made Blade, and Blade wasn't even a half vampire. He was just a vampire hunter.
Oh,
he
just
came
like
about
Van
in
Helsing
exactly.
situation. Okay.
He came about in like Tomb of Dracula in one of those issues of comics.
Okay.
And he was just a cool
guy.
Just a cool black dude
Cool
with
guy.
a fro, hunting vampires like Van Helsing.
In the 70s.
Yep. And then he didn't really become a vampire until much later in the series, where he became like half vampire. But and he was made. Do you know where the name Blade, where it comes from?
I don't know that they told us.
They did not.
Did they tell us? Because I missed it if they told us.
It comes from Marv Wolfman, who had a dog named Blade. So he named Blade after his puppy.
Very cool. Maybe.
Yeah, it might have been Mean Dog. I don't know. So this movie, though, is written by David S. Goyer. He's done other things. He wrote Man of Steel.
Okay.
He helped the Nolans write the Dark Knight trilogy.
Excellent.
He's done a shit ton of comic book stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty big name in the cinematic world. The film gets grabbed by New Line Cinema. Rach, who built New Line Cinema?
That is the house that Freddie built, I believe. And Freddie, I'm referring to as Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
I was like, I forgot his last name. His surname is Krueger.
Excellent.
Mr. Krueger.
Excellent.
Yep.
So one of the things that Goyer decided to add to this whole plot structure is the whole addiction to the serum. And to keep him from turning into a vampire.
Very fun.
That's not something that was in the comics.
Sure.
But
I like it because it feels like
90s
grunge story. Like, yeah, let's talk about the war on drugs. Reagan's war on drugs is also in this film.
Yep. Now it's Clinton's war on drugs.
Now it's Clinton's war on drugs. The dangers of addiction. Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
I did too.
I thought it was interesting.
It probably came out right around the time of Requiem for a Dream. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of addiction stuff.
There's a lot of movies about drugs right now. We gotta take this seriously.
But I think it gives his character like a lot of obstacles to fight through and stuff. So I liked it. I thought it was cool. The first director was David Fincher.
Okay.
Do you know who David Fincher is?
I did not.
So David, you do, but
No,
you
I
just don't know the name.
No, I don't.
David Fincher directed Seven.
Never heard of it. Any good?
Yeah, very good. If you've never seen it, we're going on the Summer's Off list right now.
Should you open the box?
Yeah, I think
What's
you should.
in the box?
I don't know. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah,
and then he also directed Fight Club.
Ah.
So very like particular style.
Very particular style.
Very stylized. Very a little dark though too.
Very sexy Brad Pitt both times.
I think it would have been he would have been a cool director to be attached to this. Mm-hmm. He ends up dropping it though. He did help write some of the script. Okay. But then it goes to this guy named Stephen Norrington, who's more of a special effects guy. Okay. Speaking of Pearl, that might be like how we get to Pearl. Pearl. And then after this, Stephen Norrington is going to do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Okay. And he and Sean Connery get into a blood feud, and they pretty much destroy each other's careers.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing story for another day.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll just give you a taste of it.
I want it now.
Is that Sean Connery is just like Stephen Norrington is really anal about things. Okay. And Sean Connery keeps getting more and more pissed. Mm-hmm. He's like an old hat. He's like, why are we wasting so much stupid ass time on this? You're costing everybody money and wasting all the actors' time. And he starts like openly like rebelling against Norrington on set. Then Norrington starts shouting at him. Norrington shuts set down for a day because a prop wasn't built right, and it was like a silly prop. They could have just found it. And so there were just like tons of problems. It costs a lot of money. The film actually does okay. But afterwards, Sean Connery's like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
And then Norrington is like, and Sean Connery talks so much shit about Norrington, nobody wants to give him a job anymore. And Norrington's like, I think I might be done as well. But Norrington has like
incredible.
He's been attached to a ton of projects like since then, but he never goes through with them. He always like gets attached and then drops out, or the studio drops him. God. And now the guy who played Frost, he just went and visited his house. I just read an interview from him. And they were like, have you seen Stephen Norrington lately? He's like, yeah. I went to his house, and it was really weird. Oh. He had a bunch of film equipment set up in his living room and a bunch of little figurines, and he was making these movies with these little figurines and like repositioning them almost stop motion style. And he was like creating his own work, and and Norrington said, this is my new passion. It'll probably take me another 10 years to finish it.
Oh, wow.
And so he's like, I think he went off the deep end.
It sounds like they got to do some safety wellness checks.
Yeah, I think so.
What that sounds like to me. Oh, that's sad.
So, anyways, Sean Connery, though, says he's a crazy man. He's like a lunatic.
Well, I mean, I don't know that a sane person makes stop motion for 10 years of their life unless you're like really talented.
Do you remember that episode of Parks and Rec? Live with the one that you love.
Stand in the place where you work. It takes him like he works on it for days and days, and then he plays it for her, and it's like
this is when he started his calzone business.
10 seconds. He's like, that's it.
That took me days. This is Adam Scott, by the way. If you haven't seen that episode of Parks and Rec,
oh,
strong
sorry,
Rec.
Spoiled it. It was good.
Very good. Very good. They tried to do a Blade movie earlier than this, back in the early 90s. And early 90s, black megastar was attached to this. Do you have any ideas who it might have been?
Denzel Washington.
Nope, but hold on to that name for later.
It's not Wesley Snipes, because this is Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
So it would
think somebody who was into hip hop, but then transitioned into film.
Will Smith.
No, but you're really close. Think a little bit older than that, though.
Older?
Bald head, always wears sunglasses.
Bald head always wears sunglasses.
Fairly decent actor, actually.
Yeah? You're saying actually, like there's a surprise here?
Well, I mean, whenever you're coming from the hip-hop world and transitioning, and like Ice-T, I would not say is like a great actor. He's okay to watch on screen, but he's not a great actor.
It's not Dr. Dre.
No, it's not Dr. Dre.
No, I don't know.
LL Cool J.
Oh, LL. I was never going to think of LL.
Don't you think LL's like I think he's a better actor than he is hip-hop guy.
Yeah, probably.
But anyways,
interesting.
He was going to be the first Blade. New Line comes in though, and when they take over the project and the script's been revamped and LL Cool J is no longer attached, he says, "We will give you 3 actors to choose from."
Oh, okay.
So they kind of dictated, here's who you're going to choose from. One was Wesley. One was
Will Smith.
No, I said
LL Cool J.
I said, hang on to a name.
Oh,
who was it?
I forgot.
Denzel.
I did say Denzel.
No, you didn't.
What did I just say?
You said Wesley.
Oh, I said Will Smith.
You said Will Smith.
I meant Denzel.
You have Denzel.
And
then the third one was you can take the red pill and you can go back to the way everything is.
Oh,
pill.
I don't know the actor's name.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. Yes, I was going to just call him Morpheus.
Yep, Morpheus.
Yes.
So those were the 3 options.
Okay.
They said those are the 3 you have to choose from, and the writer was like, "Oh, it's Wesley for sure."
I think so. I would make that same choice as well, even though I think Denzel is obviously a better actor. It's not his role. You know, I think you need somebody who's like grittier and further gone. Like Denzel is like America's sweetheart. You can't, especially around this time.
Have you seen you have never seen Virtuosity, which is on our Summer Soft list.
Okay.
And that's him hunting down Russell Crowe, who's like a robot who escapes, an evil robot who escapes. So
he's already done this song and dance.
And he's shooting at him. There's a big shoot him up.
I just don't think of. I mean, I know Denzel has action movies under his belt, but I don't think of him as like an action star. Sure. If that makes sense. He's more of like the thinking man's action hero. Yeah. You know, like
until
a
you
spy
see Training
movie.
Day.
Until I see Training Day.
We might have to do Training Day next season.
You're going to change my whole perception of Denzel.
Yeah.
He's not going to be America's sweetheart anymore.
It's really good. It's really good. Especially because I'm starting to become more and more of an Ethan Hawke fan as I get older.
Oh, sure.
I just listen to his little video blurbs that he does. He's so thoughtful. Like, I could listen to that guy for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. He has a way of putting words together in sentences that I like.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, Denzel does too, though.
Yes.
Honestly, you could do a masterclass with Denzel and Ethan Hawke and probably pay $1 million to just sit under the learning tree with those 2.
That would be something.
But with Denzel, you're going to have to get ready for all the devil talk. You know what they say, if the devil don't come for you, you're doing something wrong.
Is that your best Denzel?
No, I just captured a tiny bit of it. So Wesley really wanted to do a different Marvel movie. He did not want to do Blade to start with. He had been pitching to the studio for a long time. He's like, I want to do this movie. Who's another black superhero that he would be pitching?
Is one of the Green Lanterns black?
No,
but
that's DC. Marvel.
But is there?
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So I wasn't
Jonathan
all the way.
Stewart, yep.
I wasn't all the way wrong. Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther's Marvel.
Black Panther is
That
Marvel.
makes sense.
Yep.
Duh. Yes.
Yep.
Silly question. Give me a moment.
Duh it is.
Duh it is.
So he really wanted to do a Black Panther movie, but they were like, no, Blade is what we have available for you right now. And he said, okay, I'll do it if I can also produce. And so he made money on the producer end as well. He did no prep work for this role. He read no comics.
What?
He said, what do I need to know? I'm a cool black guy. I wear a sweet outfit. I do martial arts.
When you understand the nature of a thing, you know what it's capable of.
What else is
there? Wait, Wesley Snipes did no prep for this? Or the guy who's the producer did no prep work?
Wesley Snipes is the producer.
Oh, okay. I totally...
yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Okay, that's your
double yes
okay.
on that.
I was still back on something else.
So Wesley Snipes is producing.
And starring.
And did
and
no
not
prep
doing
work.
his homework.
Yep, did no homework.
Got it.
And then he also said to the creatives, he said to Goyer and Norrington, the writer and director, he's like, also don't write a lot of lines for me. I'm barely going to talk in these films. That was like a thing that he dictated to them.
But I'll be honest, good on them. I think he knows himself well. Not that he's not like a good enough actor to have like more lines, but I think the mysteriousness and anonymity of the character helps when he's not a big chitty chatter person. Like it makes him cooler. Yeah, he's more stoic. So, like, don't write me a lot of lines. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
I like it, too, especially because some of his other roles, he's very chatty.
Sure.
And he's, like, kind of, like, super brash and, like, talks a lot.
Yeah, no, I don't think that works for this character.
The one thing I didn't like, and I wish somebody would have policed him a little bit more on, he has a couple of moments where he, like, smiles. And they're very off-putting. Like they don't fit in this character at all. Like there's an iconic scene in the shower spot where there's like a bunch of dudes in a circular room and he throws a boomerang and then he catches the boomerang and all the vampires turn to dust or whatever. And he's smiling when he catches the boomerang and he looks like a little kid in a candy store.
I like that. You don't like it?
No, I hated it.
I think it's
a terrible choice.
It melts. It shows like yep, he's still
he's
human.
Like,
he's still having fun. Yeah. Of course that'd be fun. You caught it and you just killed all those vampires. It's like, yeah, I'm awesome. Like I like it.
I know.
It shows personality.
To me,
otherwise,
like
he's just a block. He's just a wooden block with like no feelings, like a robot. He's not a robot. He's still human. He can smile. Like you're gonna work hard for it. You're You're going to work really hard to get that smile, but when you get it, it's $1 million. It's $1 million smile.
Okay. I mean, I'll let you think. That's cool. That's fine. So for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Deacon Frost. Oh, well, number one, what'd you think of Wesley Snipes? Let's start there.
I like Wesley Snipes in this.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Yeah. I don't know the comic book. I also didn't do my homework before watching this film. I did not read any of so I don't know how true of a portrayal it is of
I don't think I've ever read the comic book.
Well, then I guess none of us really know.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what he was betting on, is that no one's going to know. How would they know? They didn't read it.
To me, this is who Blade is.
I am setting the tone for who Blade is. Blade will now become me.
Yeah.
How I portray Blade, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. So good on him.
I think this is Wesley Snipes' biggest thing.
I think so. When you say Wesley Snipes, this is what I think of.
Is Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, too. I think this is it. I mean, he's in other things, but I'm like, it's not like iconic like Blade is. Mm-hmm. What'd you think of the guy who played Deacon Frost?
Vampires like you aren't a species. You're just infected. A virus, a sexually transmitted disease.
I'll tell you what we are, sister. We're the top of the fucking food chain.
I've seen him in other things. I couldn't think of what they were.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting because we'll get into maybe some of your thoughts on when he was maybe whatever. Mm-hmm. So for the bad guy, the original Deacon Frost was supposed to be Jet Li.
Oh, interesting.
And Jet Li turned it down so he could do Lethal Weapon 4 instead. Mm. And
how do we feel about that? What's
Lethal
4?
Weapon 4 is kind of a mess. He has some cool fight scenes. Jet Li's good in it, but the movie in general is kind of messy.
Okay.
And it has a couple cool moments though. But I feel like it's probably the better move than this. He probably made more money off of it. But I don't know. I think this would have been pretty cool too to see him and Wesley Snipes go at it.
Yeah, I think that would have been really cool. And I'm a little sad that we don't have
Yeah, because instead we have an old Mel Gibson and Danny Glover fighting Jet Li. And it's not the same. Yeah. Like, he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah,
you know?
Avi.
So Jet Li turns it down, does Lethal Weapon 4. Then they approach Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
Whoa.
Marky Mark, I don't know if he turned it down or if they just went a different direction. I think they just showed him the script. I don't know if I think he was considered but not offered. They ended up going with this guy. His name is Steven Dorff. Mm-hmm. The only thing I know him from, besides this, is he's in the movie Fear.com, which is a terrible movie.
Oh, never heard of it.
Then he's in, this is your big moment, Rach. He's in Britney Spears' Every Time video where he plays her abusive boyfriend.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's really good. He's really good in the music video. I watched it. I was like, oh, man, this is really good work.
Oh, you have unlocked it for me.
That's
that where I know him from.
Okay.
Weird.
Now, Rach, I think it's important for our audience to know which music video you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you don't have to explain the music video, but maybe give them a taste of what the song is so then they could go tune in, watch the music video for themselves, and enjoy it. But you do a pretty fantastic Britney impression, so.
Don't talk me up, babe. Yeah, this is the one, if you remember, where she's like basically like in the big like white shirt, big oversized shirt, running down the hallway. Maybe she's escaping from a hospital. Maybe she's escaping. Obviously, there's a boyfriend in it. Maybe that's what's happening.
It's all in very muted colors. It's not black and white, but it's very muted.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment where she like is in the tub and she reaches behind her head and she's got blood all over.
Oh, yeah.
And blood goes into the tub and everything. And like it's really dark. But he's like throwing vases and like throwing magazines at paparazzi and like freaking out.
Yeah.
You said you have a backstory for this music video.
Not the video, the song.
The song, yeah.
I don't think you want to know it yet. Let me sing it first, and then I'll tell you what it's all about.
All right, everybody, you're in for a treat.
Shut up, Ty! Gosh! Now I can't even think of what the words are. Oh, no.
Look at the lyrics.
Will you sing it with me?
No, look up the lyrics.
Sing it with me. Every time I try. I don't remember.
You got to look at the lyrics. Look up the lyrics. You've got a phone right there. Grab it.
I'm laughing too hard.
Okay. Here's what's going to happen.
Give me a beat.
Because Rach is not ready, I'm going to talk about Whistler for a second. And when she's ready, she's going to jump in. And she's just going to interrupt me. And she's going to go right into it. But I'm going to tell you some information about Whistler, who plays Blade's like best friend, mentor. He's like helps him make the vaccination kind of stuff and like design all his weapons.
Every time I try to I can't.
Nope.
Stop it.
No, here. I'm going to keep going. You're going to pop in a second.
I can't.
Okay, so for his buddy Whistler, the first choice was Patrick McGoohan, who plays Longshanks in Braveheart. So that's who he originally wanted. He was like, I'm going to go with the bad guy in Braveheart, the king. And then they were like, oh, he didn't accept. So then they threw it to Jon Voight. Jon Voight was like, nope, also not interested. And then they settled on this Chris Christopherson, who plays Whistler.
You have a lot of love for him, don't you?
We have a good arrangement. He makes the weapons. I use them.
He is in the old Star is Born movie with Barbra Streisand.
What?
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
You know Star is Born is like 3 versions, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
And then Barbra Streisand's the middle one. I think it's the worst one.
Is
and then
it?
There's an original one too.
Judy Garland, right?
Judy Garland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he's the main Bradley Cooper role in the Barbra Streisand one. So that's the guy who plays Whistler. You want to give it a shot again?
Not really.
Go ahead. This might be a running joke throughout it.
I hate
where
this.
you just keep trying.
I hate this so much. You put so much pressure on this, and I'm just like sweating right
I told
now.
Rach to start preparing 2 days ago.
I know. Why? Why did you do that to me? Why didn't you just like throw it to me like you normally do in the session, and I like stumble through it and we laugh, haha. And now it's like you've built it up too much, and now I'm mad at you for
I
it.
know. Guys, you're hearing a pissed off Rach right now.
My face is sweating.
She didn't even listen to any of the Whistler stuff. She's like, I'm not listening to anything
I was out of my body the whole time. All right. Every time I try to fly, I fall without my wings. I feel so small. Guess I need you, baby. It's so hard because it's so high. I can't do my Britney impression.
Oh, okay. Pick a song where you can't do your Britney impression.
No, they've already heard it. They've heard it.
But maybe they haven't listened to Crossroads.
Oh, they've listened to Crossroads.
Oh, that's where I'm
Listeners,
wrong.
if you haven't listened to Crossroads, get your ass over there and give that a good listen. No, it's too high. It doesn't fit into like the normal Britney kind of like sound. So, but yeah, it's a good song. You guys should listen to the real one.
It's very inspiring.
Don't listen to this with me singing. Listen to the real one.
Well, speaking of other performing arts perfectionists, in Bush Wright, she played our Dr. Karen.
Mm-hmm.
She did some other random stuff, but this is really the only big thing that she does. But what is more like performance art style with her is she is a dancer, and she trained in Martha Graham style. Do you know Martha Graham?
I only know the reference Martha Graham from the movie. Gosh, what is it? It's a bit line. Robin Williams is doing all these dances.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
Madonna,
Yep.
Martha Graham. That's I can't think of the movie. What is it?
Is that Birdcage?
Birdcage, yes. I was like, Nest? What is it? Something bird related, yes.
Yeah.
Birdcage. Martha Graham.
So Martha Graham, I took dance history, so I know a little bit about this. Martha Graham is like the weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Martha Graham is like, she plays on like silhouettes and really dark lighting and like shadows and stuff and weird body manipulations. And it looks like sometimes you're watching a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like the style of dance that she was like an expert in. It was Martha Graham style. But it's a pretty big deal. This role was actually developed to be a white woman.
Okay.
And when Wesley Snipes got attached to the project, he said, nope, she's going to be black.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, he pretty much did that for a lot of characters, too. Mm-hmm. He's like, we need a lot of representation in this.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see a lot of white people. And he did it in the crew, too. He was like, cast and crew. I want to see just a ton of diversity all around. And so that was like something that gets lauded for this movie. What'd you think of In Bush Wright? What'd you think of our Dr. Karen?
I thought she was good. I thought she was fine. I mean, good, fine. And now I'm walking it back a little
bit.
bit.
Every time I try to fly, I fall without my wings. I feel so small.
See, why didn't you just do it? You were great. That was so good.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, I didn't tell you what that song's about.
Yeah, what is it about?
Oh, maybe this is what threw me off. Ty, that song is actually a song that she wrote after she had an abortion.
Oh.
And I know this because I read her book.
And this is Justin Timberlake and hers abortion, where he sang her a sweet song after she told him that she was going to do that?
This is not the sweet song that he sang to her after the fact.
No, I know that. No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said this is the moment where this is the same abortion where when she told Justin about it, he like rubbed her hair and he played her song on guitar.
Yeah, when she had already taken the pill and she was at home. She couldn't go to the hospital because obviously they didn't want, they were more concerned about keeping it a secret than keeping her safe and healthy. And so she had to have it in a bathroom. And yeah, she was in the worst pain of her life, and she was devastated because she didn't want to have it. She didn't want to have an abortion. And yeah, she had to make that choice for her career and Justin's career. And yeah, so it's very sad. So it's funny then you were talking about this song. I thought, oh, this is kind of a heavy song. I don't know if you know how heavy that song is.
Yeah, I do think it's questionable that Justin's like, I know how to solve this problem. Listen to me play guitar for a little while.
I think he was just trying to distract her and make her feel better. And so he likes to
I know people like this who like, oh, this really bad thing's happening. Here, let me listen to me sing and play guitar for a little bit. You know the guys who are just always looking for an excuse to grab the guitar and sing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
They're kind of like lowest common denominator for me. What'd you think of Ambush Wright as Dr. Karen?
I think she was all right. I don't know if she had like a ton of like stuff given to her, but what she had, I thought she was fine with.
I thought she did pretty good. I thought she was like sometimes the only people like who are grounded in reality.
She was very grounded, and maybe she almost like stood out in that sense. Is that like I didn't know what world she was in because it wasn't the world that everybody else found themselves in.
Yeah,
but,
sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because she was so grounded.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm kind of like, oh, that's the only thing she did, huh? Like, it feels like she would have gotten...
Her action was really good, too. Like, she had a lot of action things that she had to do. Yeah. Like, that is kind of surprising that she wasn't, like, snatched up for something else. She's real pretty.
Yeah.
Real good. Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
So, I'm going to butcher the name. Sanaa Lathan was his mama. And we've seen her before. She was in what movie, Rach?
Love and Basketball, baby.
Yep. So that was in 2000. This is actually before that.
Okay.
And her mom, Lathan's mom, was on Broadway with Eartha Kitt.
Oh, wow.
And so she grew up like more of a theater kid, Shakespeare kid, and then transitioned to film. And this is one of like her really early films that she ends up breaking out with. And so a pretty big opportunity for her. But there's something really interesting about this film, Rach, that has to do with Blade and his mama. Oh, and I think you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I had so many issues with this. So, one, we don't know that she's alive. Like, we think she's dead. And then she comes back later, only to find out that she has been hooking up. Like, she's the main bad guy's girlfriend. And then she has this, like, weird, like, seducing Blade thing where she's like, your mom died a long time ago, and like she doesn't kiss him, but she kind of like hovers over like his lips. It's like she like reverse Oedipuses him. It's it's so gross. It's weird, and I don't know why. Vampires get a bad rap, man. Like vampires, they're like freaks. They are freaks. Freaky freaks.
Yeah, and this movie definitely plays on that. It's like, these guys are freak shows.
They don't even know.
They're not Anne Rice. They're not Brad Pitt with his long, swooning hair, and it makes you just want to, like, bare your neck right to his little long fangs. No, this movie, they're like, no, vampires suck.
Yeah, like, he's getting beat up. Her son is getting beat up, and she's just watching him like, yeah, that's what you get. Like, I know she's not his mom anymore, but I don't know. I don't get it. I did not get it. I didn't understand what the purpose of that was. If that follows anything in the comic books, it should be struck immediately.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was a terrible choice. It was so weird. I hated it.
So the funny sidekick guy to Frost, his name is Donald Logue. Have you ever seen that guy before?
Yes.
He had a TV show. It's called Grounded for Life.
Yeah.
It was on for a long time.
Yeah.
I think like over 5 seasons. They let him improv almost all of his lines.
I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to be a naughty vampire god.
First day on set, he was like doing some weird shit, and Wesley Snipes was like, oh, this guy's hilarious. We're going to make his role bigger, and we're going to let him do whatever he wants. And I'll be honest, you feel it in the movie.
I can feel the improv, and not in a fun way.
No, like he has a couple hits, but like he's just throwing so much shit at the wall. It's like 10% of it works, and 90% of it is eye roll inducing and groan inducing as well. It's like, ugh, come on. Rein him in.
Yeah, he's got his like little braided pigtails for a good chunk of it.
Yep. Now, there's no Stan Lee cameo in this movie, but there was supposed to be. He was supposed to be the one who finds that guy when he gets burned and he's like hanging on the wall.
Oh,
Stan Lee was supposed to be dressed up like a cop.
Oh, that would have been
and
cool.
to stumble in and be like, oh my gosh, look at this. And they hadn't really done the Stan Lee cameo stuff
that's
because
been
this
the first
is the first
opportunity
movie
to do that.
But this was supposed to kind of kickstart it.
I'll be honest, they should just CGI him in now.
Yeah,
like
that's a good
post-mortem,
idea.
like put him in there, just like put his face over somebody's. They won't mind. Like, yeah, this was like the Stan Lee thing. It makes sense. Can I just say like how amazing some of those like blood and char effects were?
Yeah.
I thought it was very good. I mean, I know there's a lot of like CGI that like dates itself in this, but for the time, I bet it was awesome. I bet it was really cool. But the practical stuff that they did with like the body, that one guy's body, like right after the first scene when he's like on fire and like covered in blood, like it looks real. It looks real.
Oh, so you're talking about the sidekick character when he's burned and charred and he's running around the hospital?
Yeah.
And stuff? So, kind of funny funny thing about that scene is he dislocated his jaw just like running around randomly.
What?
He didn't even do anything, but he was like growling and yelling and stuff, and he dislocates his jaw.
Okay.
And they had to take him to the hospital, even though they were in a fake hospital. They had to take him to a different hospital. But he was like in his underwear, and he had those char stuff all over him.
Oh gosh.
So they had to bring him into the hospital, and they're like, "Hey, this guy's half naked, and he like looks like a burn victim, but he's not. But he's got a dislocated jaw that needs to be."
We're just gonna treat him for these minor injuries.
Man, can you imagine that in L.A.? Like being a doctor in L.A., you're like, I've seen some weird ass shit.
You've seen some stuff, and honestly, yeah, being at a hospital, you'd be like, that's just par for the course today, I guess.
Yep. That's another Thursday. So there was another Lee who was supposed to be in this, who was in this movie though, Shannon Lee. That is Bruce Lee's daughter.
Oh, okay.
She's in this movie in the big opening club scene.
Uh-huh.
She's this gal. I was like, hey, pay attention to that gal. She grabs like 2 hooks and she starts swinging them around and coming for Blade, and then Blade shoots her and she turns into ash. That is Shannon Lee.
Very
That's
cool.
Bruce Lee's daughter.
What a fun little slot she got there.
Yeah. What'd you think of that nightclub fight? We haven't really like broke it down.
I thought the fight was really cool.
It was really cool.
It was. You're correct.
You are correct.
It was.
That fight is very cool.
It was cool.
There are moments though where I'm like, wow, how come the vampires aren't shooting Blade? Instead, they're like, now drop all our guns. Let's pull out the swords and the weapons. This will be fun.
I don't know. Can he even like be killed with like regular bullets?
Yeah, you could shoot him in the face.
Oh, I thought he's half vampire, so like.
No, the only thing that he got shot in like the breastplate where it's like armor.
Oh, okay. Because he was getting shot at and it wasn't impacting him.
You could
but
shoot
that's
him in the
because
face
they were
and he'd be done.
Making that common age-old mistake of not shooting for the face. Everyone always shoots for the breastplate. That's classic action.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It didn't make a whole lot of sense that he could just like pop into a club of like, I don't know, several hundred vampires, some of which are martial artist experts, and just like obliterate all of them. That was maybe a little far-fetched. I needed like maybe one more team member helping him out, doing something, some sort of like shenanigans, whether that's like, smoke bombs or things like that. Something else to like help create the set so I could believe that Blade could just like wipe out a whole club of vampires. Who are supposed to be superhuman strength, right?
Yep.
Like, is everybody superhuman strong?
Yep. So when you're turning into a vampire, you get stronger and faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that is true. We know that. That has been time-honored lore about vampires.
Yep.
We see that in Twilight. We see that
they're
in
very
Blade.
fast.
Very fast. As if
that
you could
baseball
catch
game.
me.
Incredible. So they filmed this in Los Angeles. A lot of scenes were filmed, including that opening club, I'm sure, at a shampoo warehouse that they had commandeered.
Ew.
And when they first got to set, Wesley Snipes and Steven Dorff, is that Frost's name? Dorff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Steven. And they did not get off on the right foot. So Dorff comes in. He's like really nervous.
Oh, okay.
And the first scene that they do is the scene where Frost has this little gal that then he's gonna throw. It's like in the middle of a park in the daytime because he's wearing he's wearing his vampire sunscreen.
Yeah, he's out in the park
and
having a day.
Him and Blade have a conversation. And Dorf had no idea what to do with it. He like didn't understand the character yet, and Wesley Snipes was like commented on that. He's like, "You don't know who you are right now."
Yeah.
And you can see it in the scene. I was watching it. I was like, "Yeah, this is the worst acting Dorf does the whole movie." Is in this like talky scene.
Sure.
He's just like kind of underplaying everything and just has no character. Well, Wesley Snipes was like, "You got to give me something. You got to do something." And Dorf is like, "Don't coach me. You're a fellow actor. You don't get to coach me." And then Wesley Snipes is like, "I'm also your fucking, that's my one. I'm also your freaking producer, and you need to do what I tell you. Like you need to show me something. You need to give something." And Dorf is like storming off, and then Wesley Snipes storms off, and it's awkward on set for them the whole rest of the shoot.
Oh wow!
And they just have all this tension between them as actors, and it never really recovers. And I think that you can definitely see it in that scene. I do think that Dorf kind of figures out his character. Like he starts doing more vampire-y stuff and like probably having more fun with it. But you said you're not a crazy fan of him. Do you want to talk about that some more?
I don't know. He just didn't like stand out to me as a vampire villain. We have so many great iconic vampire villains. Again, I go back to Twilight. Like,
whoa, what's his name? Michael Sheen.
He's so great. He's so scary.
That's
with
my least. I like
his red
Michael
eyes
Sheen.
And his giggly is.
Michael Sheen, you're a fantastic actor, and I really respect you. That is your worst performance by far. I absolutely hate that performance.
Nah, he's unhinged.
No,
no one is safe.
It's bullshit.
If you had to be alone in a room with one of these vampire baddies, you would not want to be in another room with him because he's the scariest because he's that unhinged. And that's what I liked about it.
It's just a bullshit performance. It's a teeny bopper film. They didn't know what to do with the villain. Michael Sheen's like, "Oh, God, I'm going to just do weird shit." And it does not work. It is a mess.
Says you.
I'll be honest, all of the baddies in those movies are all messes. None of them are credible threats. They're all just losers. Losers who they gave red contacts to and pale skin makeup.
Very scary.
And
I agree.
They're just dumbasses. They're like the league of dumbass dumb shits. Did you like Blade's tats?
I didn't see his tats. Did he have tats?
Yeah, he had tats all over his arms.
I didn't know this, though.
Well, the director was putting them on himself.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't even notice his handiwork.
I guess not. No, I didn't see any tats.
Wow.
What did they say? What
They're
were
just
they?
Cool tats.
Like
just cool designs.
Oh, were they like those vampire like tribal hieroglyphics?
No, they were more like wavy things that you'd see a wrestler have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he wasn't like sleeveless very often. Like he usually had his trench on.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd have to go back and look. I wasn't drawn to the tats.
Let's talk about Pearl.
What is that?
That biscuit boy is a UV lamp. We're gonna play a little game of 20 questions. Depending on how you answer, you may walk out of here with a tan. What's that?
Oh, it's nothing. It's routine research. Actually, it's a video game.
What in the Jabba the Hutt was that? That was so wild. I didn't
explain Pearl for our audience.
I don't even know. Pearl is like this person, this blob of a human vampire that like is watching all of these monitors.
Yeah,
watching all these screens.
He's like the info guy. He's like he knows all the technology, he knows all the information. He's kind of an archivist. He's
either
archival expert.
Pronunciation is probably correct.
He is, he's kind of like the brains.
Yeah, I mean, he takes up the size of like a small child swimming pool, and he's
700 pounds. You had to move him with a forklift.
Yeah, and he's just a big blob. He's like bald and like white pasty skin with like long fingernail-y hands. I didn't know what it was that I was supposed to be like getting from this character.
Sure.
It was so weird. Like, is he a comic book thing? Did they have to go
I don't know.
the design that way? Why did they choose to do that? Why was he like the only like creature in this world? Everybody else is in a human body, a la vampire, but like he's in this like blob body. But he's just like 700 pounds for some reason.
Yeah. Yep. Took 3 people to operate him, 1 for each hand. And then the guy's head goes into it. I actually watched a video of him getting into the Pearl suit.
So much work for this.
A lot of work for it. And it was supposed to be even more grotesque.
Okay.
So when they first designed it, it was supposed to be like bones were all over his lair. There was blood all over the floor. And then there was a line that he eats kids.
Oh.
And they were supposed to have
no.
either, this is wild,
No.
a dead
Ew.
kid across the stomach.
Ew.
The gal just can't get over, and that's why she fries him.
Yeah.
Because she's just so upset about like the dead child that's sitting on his stomach while that he's still eating.
Ooh, that's dark.
And then there's like dead kid skulls and stuff all over the ground. That's what the initial thing was, and they decided, New Line I think stepped in, was like, hey, I think for the Pearl thing, before we get to shooting, strike all the dead kid stuff.
We're gonna have to walk that back a little bit. We still have a soul, so but yeah, you don't know like where the idea of this like blob came from. Like
no idea.
To what purpose?
No
I
idea.
didn't know. Whatever.
I'm not a Blade expert, Rach. I don't read those comics.
It threw me for a loop. I just couldn't get over it as well.
So a couple extras while they were filming this ended up suing New Line Cinema because they said something blotched their skin so bad that they like affected their careers. Obviously, as extras, they're actors.
Oh.
What could have blotched their skin, do you think?
Blotched their skin?
Yep.
Like was it the sunscreen?
Nope, not the sunscreen.
Blotched their
We
skin.
kind of already talked about it.
Was it the blood effects?
It was the blood sprinklers.
Oh, yeah.
In the club scene. The blood sprinklers made people's skin like kind of this pinky rosy color.
Sure.
And it was not coming off. For some actors, they had to deal with it for a long time.
Oh, my gosh.
So because it affected their careers, they sued New Line.
Absolutely.
And I think they got some compensation for it.
As one should. That is your means of work. Absolutely. God, what'd they put in it?
I don't know. But the blood, it did look cool.
But it looked really good. I'll be honest, guys. It's like one of the best blood effects I've ever seen.
I think
it was so good.
The opening club scene is the best scene in the movie. I think you're through the best part of the entire movie when you're 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
You're like, and that was the peak.
Yeah.
This movie is going to go a little bit downhill after this. Let's talk about some iconic lines. Did you have any lines that stuck out to you?
Yes.
That you would like to bring to the surface?
I did. And this will count as my one MFer.
Yep.
All right. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
And that wasn't just like a random in the middle. Like that was that's last line.
The kill line.
The kill line. End of the movie. That's like maybe the last word that we hear before the movie's over.
Some mother effer's always trying to ice skate uphill.
That's what we were left with.
So tell Frost it's open season on suckheads.
On suckheads?
On suckheads.
It's a good Wesley Snipes.
I know, it's pretty good, right?
You give Frost a message from me. You tell him it's open season on all suckheads.
So some other efforts are always trying to skate uphill. Snipes made that up. They were having a character meeting. They're like, so let's talk about this Blade Frost thing. Like, why is he trying to hunt Frost and everything? Like, what's the dynamic here or whatever? And Snipes is talking to Goyer and Nottingham, and he's like, I don't know, I just feel like some mother effers are always trying to just skate uphill. And the crew was all around for this too. They were like setting up, and they were like, oh, that's awesome.
That's really profound,
and like
Wesley.
a bunch of them started like kind of chirping about it. They're like, oh, that was a sweet line.
Remember when you said that?
And Goyer and Nottingham were like, Wesley, I think we should use that line in the script.
How
and
do
of
you
course
feel?
was like, oh hell yeah.
What can I say? He gives that like $1 million smile. Yeah, you can use it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
so
pretty good.
They
I know.
threw it in there. So even though the line makes no sense, it was just kind of an impromptu line that was done in just a meeting that they loved. They thought this sounds great. They didn't know how to end this movie. What's the whole point? What's Frost trying to do, Rach?
So Frost is trying to awaken this blood god.
Yep.
But he ends up turning into the blood god, and I don't know if he knew that was going to happen, like he would turn into it, or if he wanted to like have it resurrect and like control it. I wasn't quite clear on like if he was clear on what he was doing.
I don't think he knew what the hell was going on.
What was going to happen,
Yeah.
but that's what ended up happening. But he has to eventually in order to like release this blood god, they go into this ancient tomb, and they have to get roughly about like 12 different families of vampires, like one from, I don't know if it's
Each
the head
tribe,
of the house,
probably.
each tribe, or blood from each of the families here, with Wesley Snipes in the middle of it. He's like the main blood that you need in order for this blood sacrifice to work. And so then it obviously works, and all of the vampires who are a part of the sacrifice end up dying, and their little skulls with the wings come out of their mouths, and that was a surprise. That was very surprising. And then they kind of fly around the room for a while, like all these vampires had like wings all of a sudden, like they were part bat, part human.
Yep.
And then they fly into the body of the main bad guy, and that's how he becomes the blood god. And he's just like stronger, we would say.
Yep.
And he has red eyes.
So
now he's scary. Now he's at the level of my Twilight guys, where now he's got red eyes. And now I can take him seriously because he's got red eyes. I think that's the key to a good vampire baddie is like, what are your pupils telling me?
Oh, sure.
Are you a demon? Do you lust for my blood? Yeah, probably. You're a bad guy.
So they, at first, when is it Mulaga or something? I don't know. It's got an M name. The blood demon.
Nobody knows. Matter. No one knows for sure.
When he gets awakened, the first idea was they were going to do the CGI blood monster. And
so glad they didn't do
that. They did it with test audiences, and test audiences hated it.
Yeah.
They literally were booing during the showings.
Whoa.
And they were like, you cannot do this.
Yeah.
And they kind of hated all the CGI.
Did they? Okay.
Yep.
Even then they knew that like this isn't going to be
CGI.
good. Okay.
And so they went back and they did reshoots, and they tried to get rid of a lot of CGI effects and do some more practical. And one of the big things was this ending fight scene. They redid the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And they made it into a sword fight.
Yep.
And part of that was because Wesley Snipes, he did most of his own stunts, but he also has this background in martial arts.
Yeah.
Especially karate, which means what, Rach?
Punching
and fist stuff.
Fisticuffs.
More fists than legs.
And
then he also was a specialty. He had a specialty with these like clubs, these little ninja clubs, and so they would try to find like objects for him to grab so he could do some of that club work in the fights.
Very cool.
But then they switched this to an ending sword fight. What'd you think of the ending sword fight?
I prefer it 1,000 times to a blood blob.
Yeah.
For sure. A flubber blob. Yeah, I definitely prefer what they did. I think Wesley Snipes is an excellent combatant.
Yeah,
he looks great. I mean, obviously, there are stunt doubles within it, too, but I thought, for the most part, his stuff all looks really great.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
I think that's a great way to go out. Go out with your strength, which is showing off how your actors can do some combat. Now, I will say, his combat is great. The sword fights, and you're probably going to touch on this too.
Yep.
When he fights the main baddie, who is, I'm going to guess, maybe not as well trained in the art of the sword, then it becomes like you see like two little boys fighting.
Ting-tinging above
the heads. It goes ting-ting, like look for it. It's literally like a 45-degree angle. No one's going to get hurt.
Everything's above. No targets are in danger.
Targets. There's no danger.
Yeah, we call that needless ting-tinging.
Yeah, they were ting-tinging.
You're just ting-tinging above each other's heads.
Yeah.
Ting, ting, ting,
yeah.
ting, ting.
There's a lot of that.
And that's all it is. But it looks cool. Like there's a lot of energy with it, and like it makes it looks cool from a dynamic standpoint. But,
sure.
But yeah, it means nothing. Like
there's no real danger
their whole
there.
last sword fight, besides like jumping like over swipes and like ducking and stuff, like those are the only things that are really threatening. And they could have done a really cool sword fight, but it's still a thrilling. It just is bullshit. Doesn't mean anything. This movie was also supposed to end when they get to the rooftop at the very end of the movie. He was supposed to look across the rooftop and see a person off in the distance. This person is also like a vampire-y villain who is in the Spider-Man universe. And it was going to be played by Goyer, the writer. It was going to be like dressed up like this character. And so then they had time to cast it officially. And it was supposed to be Morbius.
Oh.
Do you know who Morbius is?
Oh, I've never seen Morbius. But
good, you shouldn't. It won a Razzie.
Yeah, I know. But I know Jared Leto played it in a film. He looks like he's like half bat. Is that like his thing?
He's also a vampire, but
bat?
He's not like full vamp. I don't know. He's
also a cross.
I don't know enough about Morbius. I don't know jack shit about him either.
Well, yeah.
But they didn't get Morbius because Sam Raimi was just attached to the Spider-Man project, like during the filming of this project. And they asked Sam Raimi, well, what villain do you want to work with? And he goes, I don't know. I want to keep these characters all safe from other things. And so he kind of stole Morbius. He's like, keep Morbius safe because I might use him in Spider-Man. He never did.
He never did because we didn't get any Morbius until
Jared Leto.
What was that, 10 years ago? 5 years ago?
The Jared Leto thing?
Yeah.
I think it was maybe 2019-ish.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't see it, but no,
maybe
it did.
Even
no,
later.
it did.
Maybe
awful.
2020.
So
maybe after COVID.
Saved that in his pocket for a long time.
Yeah.
Not that it would have mattered. But...
I've only stopped less than 5 movies in my day. I just watched Jurassic World Dominion, which is hot garbage, and I didn't even stop that one. I've only stopped a few films. Star Trek in the Heart of Darkness, the third one, god awful. Even though I think people like it, I thought it was terrible. And there's a second one, but then Morbius is my third one. Mm-hmm. And so those are the only 3 I can think of, but I can't think of one, so I really only think of 2. Have you ever stopped films in the middle?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know you stopped TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of a film that you've stopped in the middle of it?
French Dispatch.
Oh yeah,
That's my most recent one.
You didn't like French Dispatch?
I think I was just tired too. I needed to read subtitles for part of it. I was like, I can't. I don't have the energy for this. I wasn't in the right mood for it. I feel like you got to be in the right mood for a Wes Anderson, and I wasn't. So it might be really good. I don't know.
No, it's known to be one of the weakest Wes Andersons.
Well,
yep.
It probably deserves a second shot, but I just was not willing to give it to it.
What did you think of all the CGI effects?
Well, I would say some of them aged all right, and when I say that, I can't tell you which ones. So maybe I don't mean
Can you think of the ones that didn't age right? Heads exploding?
That was just fun.
How'd those ones go?
That was a good time. I don't know why people are mad about that.
I thought sometimes it looked like Big Trouble in Little China, which was in the 1980s. I think that movie came out in 86.
But that was practical, wasn't it? Like when his head explodes.
Yep.
So that even looked better than this.
Yeah. Yep. It felt like, we depreciated from Big Trouble in Little China. That to me is a problem.
We went back in time.
That is a little bit of an issue. This film came out August 21st, 1998. Mm-hmm. It cost $45 million to make. It made just over $70 million domestic and $131 million total. So it made its money and then some. Mm-hmm. And so we won't say this is a rousing success. We'd say this is a successful movie. It made $17 million on opening weekend. Marvel, though, had signed a deal that they just gave them flat-out rights to New Line Cinema for $25,000. They didn't take a portion of the profits.
Whoa.
They majorly effed up.
Did they assume that this was going to be bad? Like
I think
a flop?
so.
Were they
I think
unimpressed
comic book movies had been doing so bad that they're like, oh, Blade's a secondary property for us. Mm-hmm. Just give us $25,000 for the rights to use it, and that's fine.
Jeez.
Yeah, huge mess up. This releases as number 1. It beat out Saving Private Ryan. There's Something About Mary.
Wow.
And How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Okay.
Those are the next 3. It lost its number 1 spot in week 3 to Something About Mary, which came back to the first spot.
Oh, funny.
Yep. People just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, the word got out like, this is some pretty funny stuff.
Which, that movie's okay. It's moderately funny. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine that being number 1, losing the number 1, and going back to number 1.
Can't you?
No. That movie's just all right. It's wild. But one thing that was interesting that was happening at this time was all the most successful movies were all R-rated movies.
Oh, okay.
And that was a huge change. It used to be you had to be PG-13.
Yeah, in order to make any money.
In order to score top spots. Mm-hmm. But these movies all being R-rated, people were like, maybe the industry's changing. Maybe we're getting more mature.
We're ready for more bloodbath clubs.
Maybe kids are sneaking into the movies.
Maybe more kids are ready.
The taglines for this film. The power of an immortal. The soul of a human. The heart of a hero.
Love it.
Against an army of immortals, one warrior must draw first blood. Sometimes it takes one to kill one.
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
That's good. That's really good.
And then I do like this one, though, too. Have you given blood lately? And then the last one, part man, part vampire, all hero. Rach, did you have a favorite?
Yeah, the one that you had, the one 2 before the end.
Sometimes it takes one to kill one?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the winner.
That is the one.
Number 1.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score was?
I honestly don't know. I don't know where this movie sits for people.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's fresh. But Yeah, no, I'll say it's fresh. I'll go bold. I'll say that Rotten Tomatoes has this like in the low 70s.
And what do you think the audience has it at?
I think the audience has it in the 60s.
Oh, you think the audience is more discerning than critics?
Yep.
Incorrect.
Opposite?
The critics said it was 59%, just barely rotten.
Mm-hmm.
The audience says 78%.
Okay.
Critics' consensus. Though some may find the plot a bit lacking, Blade's action is fierce, plentiful, and appropriately stylish for a comic book adaptation. Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. He said it relishes its high visual style and it slams in pure visceral imagery. The Chicago Trib, which is interesting because I think Ebert worked for the Chicago Sun-Times, maybe? I don't know.
I think so.
He's one of the Chicago papers.
Yeah.
Chicago Trib, though, says, Blade is often ridiculous, mostly poorly written, and surprisingly poorly acted as well.
That's harsh.
But Stephen Dorff, Frost, he won the MTV Movie Award that year for Best Villain.
Yeah, but like who was he up against?
I don't know.
Somebody from Mary?
Something about Mary. Yeah, Matt Dillon, probably.
Matt Dillon?
Yep. They made their own language for this.
Oh, no.
It's all just jargony,
jibba-jabba,
Eastern European Slavic stuff, vampire tongue. It's
Obviously.
a mixture of Russian and Czech, and a UCLA linguistics professor came up with it. Do you have an impression of it?
No, do you?
No.
That's Sims.
I know.
That's
I can't
Sims, you goose.
Oh my gosh. How many people do you think died in this movie?
Oh, well, everybody at the club.
Yep.
So at least 300.
Oh, okay. Yep. There were.
But maybe more realistically, we're counting vampires?
Yeah. Oh, and humans. Both.
And humans?
Both are in this total.
We'll say 45.
More.
59.
More.
72.
88.
I was going to get there eventually.
Yeah, I could do this all day. Do you want to watch more of these movies?
So you had showed me the trailers for the second one and the third one, and I would like to skip the second one and go straight to the third one.
That is ridiculous.
Well, that's what I want.
Okay. So let me tell you about the second one.
Yeah.
Second one, I think is super good. I think it's
Okay.
the best in the series.
Okay.
It's a little darker and a little scarier, so you probably won't like that part of it.
Okay.
The vampires have morphed, and now they have like jaws that like they're when you open your mouth. Like imagine how it's split down the middle of your jaw, and now you have 2 mandibles.
That is gross.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a ton of like cool practical effects that they do in it because it was directed by Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy, Shape of Water director Guillermo del Toro.
Ooh, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, no, I want to go to number 3 because we've
Yeah,
got
why do you wanna go to
Jessica
3?
Biel's in it at her peak. And then we also have Ryan Reynolds in it, and he's got this like crazy facial hair
Yeah, he looks
situation
like a
happening.
goofball.
But he's got like his like, smart alecky comments like coming through. And it just looks funny. It looks like it's probably really silly. And I know it's probably the worst of the franchise.
Easily.
But it looks like it'd be like the funnest of the franchise as well.
No, not at all. So Wesley Snipes loves the second one. That's his favorite. He liked doing number 1 as well. He actually didn't have problems with Nottingham like Sean Connery did. But loves 2. He thought working with Guillermo was amazing.
Yeah.
And then the third one is actually directed by Goyer, the writer.
Oh,
They
okay.
couldn't get. They had a director attached to it who was pretty good, but he dropped, and they were on a time crunch. And Goyer's like, "I'll just step in and do it," and it went terribly. Wesley Snipes trashes on it. He hates everything about the movie. Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds and Triple H are all in it, like you mentioned, and their performances are dog shit. Like everybody is bad. The writing is bad. The story is bad. They're fighting Dracula, which you think would be cool. It's really lame. You don't want to watch it.
You haven't not convinced me.
So you still
all
wanna
of
see it.
that, I
Okay.
still want to see it.
How about this? I'm going to be working on stuff for the next, few hours for my editing class. Why don't you just throw on Blade 2 and Blade 3, marathon them?
Just have them in the background while I finish painting.
Yeah,
our
just
living room.
That's honestly a good way to watch them.
Is
just
it?
to have it going, and so you look up every once in a while you're painting. Yeah, that would be good for you. Speaking of which, the third one is what they think kind of killed Wesley Snipes' career.
Oh, no.
So,
now I feel sad about it.
Well, so not only did it not go well, but also Wesley kind of went off the deep end during that movie because he was so upset about how things were going and he didn't want Goyer to direct it. He thought it was just everything in pre-pro was just absolute garbage. And so he refused to work with anybody. And there was times where Goyer would give him a direction and he'd say, like, open your eyes, Wesley. Like, this is a moment where you, like, wake up. Open your eyes. And Wesley Snipes would be like, no. And he'd just keep them closed. What? And he'd be like, no, we need you to open your eyes. Open your eyes. He's like, mm-mm. Like, what are we supposed to do? So they CGI'd it.
What?
They, like, simple choices that he had directed him to do. Wesley refused, and so then they just CGI it.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yep. And he wouldn't come to set. He smoked pot in his trailer all day. He'd leave Post-it notes outside of his trailer for, like, directives for PAs and stuff to, like, go get him something. And he'd always sign them as Blade. So he was a huge diva on set.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't want to hear that. That makes me sad.
Yeah. And then so he kind of got blacklisted after this.
Yeah.
But then the movie did so shitty, too, that people were like, and I think that's the end of Wesley Snipes.
Gotcha. Wow.
There was.
How the mighty have fallen.
Have you heard of the new Blade movie?
No. There's another one coming out?
Oh, yeah. It was announced in 2019, I think at Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
Starring somebody who we just saw last night.
Mahershala.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So Ali is supposed to be playing Blade, but it is stuck in pre-production hell right now.
Oh, no.
It's gone through, number one, Marvel's fallen off the tracks.
Sure.
But it's also gone through a half a dozen directors, had several different screenplay writers who just have not been able to throw something together. And we just saw Jurassic World Rebirth last night. And Ali on the press tour has been asked about it several times, and Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey will just laugh whenever it gets asked because they know how painful it is for Ali to talk about it. And
that sounds mean.
He won't even. He's just like, next question. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much made it known to like his inner circle, like this movie's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a pox on his career. So it's I think he like carved out time and space and energy for it, and it's never gonna happen. So. I think the new Blade movie is kaput.
I don't wish that for him. I really like him as an actor.
I do too. He was the best part of that movie probably last night.
Yeah. It's possible.
Favorite scene? Favorite part of the movie?
Bloodbath. Beginning club scene.
First 10 minutes?
First 10 minutes. So good. So gross. So good. But like sets the tone. I don't know where that came from, like I said earlier, but I feel like this movie may have invented like the culture of vampire. The modern culture of vampire, as far as like 90s grunge. Whenever you think about vampires, this is what you think of. You think of like, if the modern vampires were here, this is what they would be doing.
They listen to EDM?
They would be,
because they're probably from Europe.
They're probably from Eastern Europe.
It feels a little bit like these movies, and vampires in general with the lore. It's a little bit of like in America, I think it plays well because it's like it kind of plays on our like isolationism and our resistance to European old world. Like it's like the European traditions and stuff coming in and infiltrating us. It's like we gotta kill it.
Yeah, and sexy goth.
But it's kind of sexy.
Sexy goth. Sexy grungy goth.
When he's got Dr. Karen in his arms and he's taken her blood in. Did that moment or any moments with a lot of blood kind of freak you out or like can make you queasy? You get queasy with blood stuff.
I do get queasy with blood stuff. A little bit towards the end there, that kind of got me a little like, ugh. But not like to the extent of like Interview with a Vampire. That one for some reason, like maybe I just hadn't had enough food that day, but I felt like faint watching some of that. That kind of made me real nauseous.
I think their blood is darker.
I think
in
so.
Interview with the Vampire.
I think
compared to this one's lighter.
Yeah, that helps a little bit. But yeah, when you have the blood effects just perfect, you can get a little squeamy. I feel like I got a little squeamy too when he's like on the sacrifice situation and all that blood's running down his hands.
Yep.
Yeah, part of me was like, okay, that's enough. That's too much. Too much blood. What about you? Do you get squeamy with any?
No. This movie is like 0% scary, 0% squeamy. I feel no sense of like horror with this movie. This movie's all action for me. Did you feel any horror? Like, does it belong in a horror category?
I mean, there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
So blood is typically more in the horror film, and vampires are typically more in the horror film than action. But no, it straddles that line. It definitely is an action movie, but with a horror base, I guess.
So what would you call Twilight?
All stars, 100%.
So I get that
Best
you
movie
love
ever
it.
made.
I get that you love it, but like, would you say it's horror? Like, is there any horror in Twilight?
No,
Yeah, not at all, right?
probably none at all.
Probably.
Probably none at all. It's an angsty teen book movie. That's what Twilight's about.
Yeah, for sure.
Glittery vampires. I don't understand why you're confused.
What's your least favorite part of this movie?
Probably Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, Pearl stuff.
Yeah,
That's funny
Pearl's-
because I like the Pearl stuff.
I just didn't get it. It just didn't make any sense. He's the only, like, there's no other creatures in this world. Were there any other, like,
I mean, not in
inhuman
this
things? It was just this, yeah. But then I needed more. I needed to, like, know that this was, like, par for the course in
So you
this
needed
world.
like one more creature.
I needed one creature. Another one. They're just like, you've got all these like sexy vampires who are like fit European models, and then you've got Jabba the Hutt in the basement watching films. I didn't get it.
Sure. Yep.
I couldn't go there. They didn't do enough explaining for me to understand, like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Did you like that they fried him with UV light?
Yeah, I did. I thought the UV light was a really clever like weapon to use.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
That was cool. It was very cool.
Acting talk? Anything else with the acting that you'd like to get
Yeah,
into?
it's fine. It's whatever.
Anybody good for you that like we haven't mentioned? What'd you think of Whistler? You were ignoring me when we talked about Whistler earlier.
Oh yeah, I was in my head. Trying to avoid the task at hand that you gave me.
Every time I to fly, I fall.
I was gonna send it to you now. When I get stage fright and I just like can't do it, like you're just gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to be my understudy for those situations. You have to be called upon just to do it.
Understudies don't just wait for the lead to get stage fright and then run on and do it.
Yeah, they do.
Can you imagine if I flubbed a line and all of a sudden my understudy ran on? I was like, da 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 da, ha ha ha. I'd be like, get out of here.
What was your question?
I thought that Whistler was a pretty good actor.
Yeah,
Chris Christopherson.
I think he's a good actor. I thought his lines were annoying though. I felt like he was like his improv like got to me after a while. Oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
You're
I'm
thinking of the
guy
who did the You're Grounded or whatever.
Yes.
That TV show.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the old guy.
He was kind of annoying at times, but I get it that you want a little bit of humor.
No, I didn't care for that guy. He's whatever.
Okay. Yeah, no, he was okay. He comes back in the other ones, but I thought he died at the end of this one.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
I'm confused too. You mentioned that when we were watching the trailer, and I was like I can't explain
why
what's
is he
going
alive?
on.
He died.
He should
He's
be
dead in this.
He should
as far
be
as we
dead.
know.
Yep.
He shot himself.
Yep.
That's what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I gotta watch it, I guess.
Yep, I guess
How
so.
else am I gonna know? No, he was good. He was like, yeah, stoic, old man, gruff. Yeah, he played that just fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You like Wesley Snipes?
I like Wesley Snipes the best in this.
Yeah.
I thought from a physical standpoint, like he fit the role. He did great with his combat. Like I thought he was great in this.
Some mother effer's always trying to skate uphill.
That's what I'm saying, Wesley. That's
It's
what
open
I'm
season
saying.
on suckheads.
I'm gonna work that into my vernacular.
Well, I think we're ready.
Oh.
I'll just give you mine. I have it as a 61%. It's tied with Shining. The Shining is just barely fresh. Above Total Recall. It's actually kind of, the more I think about it, it's almost tied with Total Recall. It's almost a 60%.
Mm-hmm.
Tie, change your score, 60%. It's below P.S. I Love You and Short Circuit.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Sexy goth party vibes? Check. Gallons of blood effects? You know it. Superhuman karate moves? Obviously. Reverse Oedipus subplot? Okay. Sexy sunscreen? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Blade checks all of the vampire boxes, but adds a few you didn't ask for. I have it at 29%.
Whoa.
That's under Crow and above Teen Wolf. So also in the horror.
Above Teen Wolf?
Yeah, in the horror genre.
It should be a below Crow. The Crow is very
Crow is
superior
actually,
to
I
this
really
movie.
enjoyed it, especially after all
The
the lore we had.
backstory is incredible. If you've seen The Crow and you're like, that movie's whatever, guys, what are you talking about? Go listen to our episode. That's actually an episode you could just listen to. You don't
Yeah.
even need to watch the movie.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's fascinating. Just fascinating tale. All right. So that was Blade.
Yeah, there it was.
Now you've seen it.
Now I've seen it. Now I don't have to anymore.
Except for
Check.
you're going to watch Blade 2 and 3 today.
Maybe. We'll see.
You're going to be caught
We'll
up.
see how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling a little too squeamish, Too many blood effects in one day kind of makes you feel like a little nosh.
That's true.
You know?
Yep, that's a good point. Rach, what's next week for us?
So next week, we are rounding out, like I said, this is falling action time of the season. This is what we've maybe saved for this time slot. But who knows? I've seen this film one time, and there were talks of it coming out again as a remake or a sequel. So I thought, all right, I guess we're doing it. We're going to see Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh.
I don't think you know anything about this film.
Don't know anything. Sounds like there's a high school reunion.
Very good. Good deductive work, Ty. We will see you guys next week. Partner. I'm not going to be a part of this.
Every time you say something, I'm just going to ignore it today. You're going to be like, oh my God, I thought this part was really funny. I'd be like, yeah, and so let's talk about Marvel movies from the 1970s. I'll just ignore everything you have to say.
That'd be awful. And I think you would sound like a jerk.
I think you would sound like you were like little brother. You know, you're like, hey, listen to me. Hey, why don't we do this now? This would be really cool, don't you think? But just kind of a character that I think you would excel at.
How dare you?